Hello. Welcome to Point of View. Today we are going to talk about YouTubers and fake news. YouTuber Matthew Gallant aka Nuance / the Jayoe Nation is debunking fellow YouTubers. Winston Frederick Sturzel aka Serpensa and Matthew Tai aka Lau Y86 for falsehood and misinformation on YouTube video.
Don't need to keep defending, actions speak louder than words, dude.
Hey guys, how's it going? I know you were supposed to be getting an interesting video of me and Jim going through a Chinese village here in Ningbo, showing his photos and sort of going through like a bit of a photo diary. It is a very interesting episode, but I'm going to have to push it back into after this one. But unfortunately, I have to make this video that is debunking some falsehoods and misrepresentations that have been assumed on me and a few of my friends on YouTube from another YouTube channel. I really don't like to make these types of videos. This isn't... I try to consider myself a bit above the fray. I let my videos sort of speak for themselves. I do not like singling out anybody or anything, but I was basically named in another YouTuber's video, and it really requires me to kind of come out and clear the air because there's a lot of misinformation there. Some of you may know Matt and Winston. Matt's Lawai 86 and Winston is Serpent ZA. I've known them for a long time. Consider Winston a friend. Matt, I don't know very much. Met him a couple of times, but Winston, I've shared a chat. I've even made some videos with him. We make videos that are different. We have definitely a different perception of the world. I have opinions on a lot of his videos, but it's up to you as a viewer to interpret his videos the way that you're going to interpret his, and mine the way you're going to interpret mine. I always thought that stripped of all YouTube and career, if I walked into a bar and sat down and Winston was sitting next to me, we'd have a pretty lively conversation. just like anybody, I think you could boil, if you take away a lot of the crazy differences we have, we would find that we're probably a lot more similar than not. But unfortunately, they posted a video where they used my tweets and conversations and trip to Chongqing, among my other friends, as a figurehead for calling us all manner of sellouts and shills and white monkeys and whatnot.
So what they do is they cart all these white monkeys, more or less.
And the people that are participating in this, willingly or maybe unwittingly, just how low their morals are. It's dumb. And they use useful idiots, foreigners on YouTube. The influencers were willing to gloat and show their narcissistic selfie pictures. So far, it means that he is incredibly insensitive and it's just really the wrong time.
Or it was part of the contract.
Yeah.
He is our friend.
Yeah.
This is not...
No, absolutely.
Not an attack, guys.
Don't need to keep defending, actions speak louder than words, dude. So
Sheesh, I think if I was to not address those things and just let their interpretation of what I did fly, it just wouldn't work, because I made two videos that were off the timeline, that were at the Three Gorges Dam, and I made a live stream and I made two videos. I made those videos after my Chongqing experience, and they're separate. But because this whole flooding stuff in China is, and people are actually thinking that the Three Gorges Dam has collapsed, not everybody, but there is a segment of the population that is promoting the fact that the Three Gorges Dam is on imminent collapse. I felt like because I was in Chongqing, which is a province away from the Three Gorges Dam, it might behoove me to go and take a look for myself. If the dam's about to collapse, I'll show you. I will say this. If that dam was about to collapse and 100 million plus people were downstream unwittingly waiting for this catastrophe of almost biblical proportions. I mean, it would be 100+ million people affected, maybe a million dead. I don't know. It all depends on how prepared China would be to let everybody know what was coming. If that was the case, this is just my perception of me going to the dam. If that was the case, first of all, I don't think we would have been able to visit the dam. It would have been on lockdown. China would have been secretly doing everything it could to prevent this dam from breaking. Secondly, if we were to be able to go to the dam, it would be swarming with engineers and technicians and laborers building reinforcements for the dam. I mean, there's also a comment that the dam cannot be repaired, and maybe in a lot of ways it can't be repaired, but it was built. It was kind of an amazing build, actually. There's a lot of documentaries I watched on it. They build these huge, like, coffer dams in front of the dam or area, and then they built the dam, like huge walls of concrete that's come up from the bedrock. You know, amazing build. Regardless of the environmental impact, the relocation of people, all of that I address in the videos as much as I can in a short 20-minute video. I wish I could have addressed more. There's a dark side to that dam, but it's here now. It's here now. It's not protecting from flooding as much as they had thought, but it's here now, and the people that are operating the dam are doing what they think they have to do, and the dams all around China, to try to mitigate as much as they can. Not trying to downplay the mitigations that might be in one person's mind, might be horrific. You know, let's flood this village or city and save this other one. That's a horrible thing, and it's horrible. Flooding is a natural, horrible thing. Happens in America, happens all around the world. In fact, this flood, we traveled 4 hours by fast train at 195 kilometers an hour, 4 or 5 hours to a different province, Yichang. And from there, we rented a car and got a guide that would take us to the dam, because it's a tourist area, not a CCP arranged hit job propaganda piece. Coincidentally, Yichang, the city we were at, was horrifically flooded. You could look up videos of Yichang flooding in July. And I was prepared to tell the story of what Yichang looked like today. Good or bad. Turns out I sat along the banks of the Yangtze, and in the beginning of that video, you wouldn't see me in July. I would have been covered up with water all the way to the top banks of that Yangtze River, if not over, and cars would have been flooded everywhere. We drove around the city. Me and my friends going to Chongqing and making videos there is sort of like an advertising agency in Las Vegas posting positive tourism propaganda during protests in Los Angeles. Because Los Angeles is about 400 kilometers. Actually, the dam and the flooding, the flooding that was going on when we visited Chongqing was actually probably more like 1,000 kilometers away. It was around Wuhan. And Wuhan from Chongqing is a great distance. Yeah, Wuhan from Chongqing is like 800 kilometers. So it's not even exactly like that. But it's sort of like a tourism agency inviting YouTubers to Las Vegas to promote Las Vegas during protests in Los Angeles. Do you see the disconnect? I'm just calling it like it is, because I went. I saw it with my own eyes. I'm here in China. These guys aren't. And they're free to make whatever videos they want. But I'm free to defend myself as well. He refers to, you should not talk about Chongqing in positive because Chongqing is the affected place. That is the place that's causing it, the Three Gorges Dam.
This really sucks because, you know, that is the affected place. That is what's causing it, that Three Gorges Dam. So, you know, honestly, it's about timing. Why tweet this stuff out now? You can't wait till things are under control?
I did wait till it was under control. It was under control in Chongqing. It was under control in that entire area. I drove 5 hours in every direction. I took a train 5 hours to the dam where Yichang had cars that were floating down streets. I was expecting to see rebuilding done. But Chinese are pretty resilient. They got back on their feet, a lot like they did during the virus. They endured the hardship. They buckled down. And then afterwards, they got back to work. What do you want me to say? You want me to lie? Oh my God, the carnage. Holy shit. Oh my God, look at that. Oh my God, there's a dog floating down the river. Didn't happen.
Yeah, anyway, that's what I had to say. And of course, he deleted all these replies and stuff from his Twitter, which is fine. That's his prerogative.
The entire conversation is still there on Twitter. I don't use Twitter very much, but I certainly don't delete tweets. I stand by my words. And for you to suggest, without searching enough, I mean, whether you saw them or not, they're there. To refer to me deleting my tweets degrades my message, and it makes me feel like you're trying to paint me as being guilty. And so I deleted the tweets because I wouldn't want to be caught in this horrible conversation that I'm part of this whole nefarious process. But no, I did not delete the tweets. They stand on my Twitter. I don't know what to say. That alone is a weird accusation.
The fact that my friend retweeted it, like, oh, this journey's going well so far, it means that he is incredibly insensitive and it's just really the wrong time.
Or it was part of the contract.
Yeah, anyway, the thing is...
Or it was part of the contract. What was part of the contract? I saw beautiful things in Chongqing. Chongqing said, we showed him some beautiful things. I said, thanks. They were really beautiful things. How dare I? What are you talking about? I understand that you guys really want to push this narrative, this anti-CCP, all of this stuff. It's your prerogative. But come on. Is that your argument? Is this what you're rolling on? Really don't understand it.
There is a huge human tragedy, massive atrocity happening right now.
Yeah.
So what do? Is they cart all these white monkeys, more or less, to be useful idiots for them to go, listen, shut up, Western propaganda, stupid Western media. Everything's totally fine here, because that's exactly what transpired.
That's not what transpired. You don't even know. My videos haven't even come out yet. I talk about the flooding in it. Are we not allowed to talk about some good things? Very, very strange. They say state media tweeting about foreigners going to the Three Gorges Dam and how pretty it is. Those tweets had nothing to do with Three Gorges Dam. Had to do with the Three Gorges. Geographically, you're way, way off. If you would have read the tweets or looked at them or understood the geography of the area, you would have understood that. Anyways, he even says,
I know that the tourism board has you guys all on a big promo trip. I have the invitation email.
and there you go. You know, obviously he didn't. As a matter of fact, on that email that he posts, the picture, you can't see the header. You can't see the reply line. You can't see the time and date. You just see the body. And then what is really telling is at about the 45-minute mark of their podcast, Winston starts to speak about the virus in the USA. He claims that it's vastly overblown, that people in China are misreporting and misunderstanding the severity of how lives are affected in the United States. he says that they misunderstand. He's talking about like his in-laws, basically, and how they're sending him messages about how horrible America is from the clips that they've seen in the news. There's things on fire, there's businesses boarded up, and all of this. And he actually goes and kind of discredits his whole argument and says, if they were to see it for themselves with their own eyes, they would know it's not so bad here. Well, I say to you guys the same way. If you could have come with your own eyes, maybe your opinion would be different too. But you're relying on a lot of the media that's coming out. And I'm not saying that media isn't true. There is flooding. There is human tragedy. Flooding is happening all over Southeast Asia. Flooding happens all over the world. Everywhere it happens, it's bad. I don't think there's a good flood. Anyways. Mind you, where he's at complaining about the troubles that China is dealing with regards to this flood, he's in a country, my home country, that's bumbling their way through a extremely deadly virus situation. I mean, far from where it started is how it's been managed. And don't you have enough fodder to talk about? If you really want to call out injustices, there's like 170,000 people that are dead in America right now. There's millions upon millions upon millions who are infected with a virus that who knows what's going to happen down the road. You know, it could be debilitating, you know, to the people that even got it. It's that's a human tragedy too. Anyways, you can watch their episode. I encourage you to, with an open mind and with the context that I give you, that the things they referenced in that video were outright false, faked in many ways, and in many ways misinterpreted. I was there. I have a bunch of videos coming out about Chongqing. I hope you enjoy them. But this is really odd. I have never attacked or called out either of those guys. I've been asked to. People in the comment section have asked me, why don't you, talk bad about them? And that's not my MO. I judge people by the interactions I have with them. And that's all any of us can do. And let me just talk a little bit about Lee Barrett and his son Ollie. I was able to spend some time with them. Good guys, nice guys. We differ in opinion on a few things. They're not what I think people think they are. There's this whole, everybody wants to grab onto conspiracy, and they want to dig, and they want to hate, and they want to castigate people, and they want to get on their high horse, jump on their soapbox. And I got to tell you what, guys, that's not healthy. And it's not good. If you don't like what Lee Barrett says, don't watch his videos. If you don't like what I say, don't watch my videos. I'm not paying anybody to watch my videos. But I'm also not creating lies about specific people. I'm making, opinions based on my perception. And why wouldn't I go to Chongqing, as it is far from the flooding at the time, take an opportunity to see an amazing city in China, talk a little bit about it. It's like spinning something that is ambiguous into a conspiracy, and I think there's a lot of that going on in the world. And we need to really be careful, because I fear for some of the future. I think that we've become so anti-science, so anti, sort of anti-intellectual. I will always defer to a scientist to tell me, something factual. No matter how much data I read on YouTube or whatnot, I will always try to defer to the professionals. But I think we all feel too empowered because we have so much information at our fingertips. And that's great. But it also has some negative connotations. People become a bit too confident and think that they know everything about everything. That is something I certainly will never say. Anyways, this is a very long video. It required to be made. We went to Chongqing. It's been an amazing journey. I spent time with Lee and Ollie. We ate some fish. You saw some of that already in the damn videos. I spent a lot of time with Alex Absolute and my friend Jim, the photographer. We had a good time in Chongqing. I'm not ashamed to say that. Let me just throw out an analogy just to try to understand. In America, the virus, whether you know it or not, is spreading crazily. A lot of people are dying. Enormous numbers. Whether you know somebody that's died or not, people are dying. Lots and lots and lots of people. Multiples and multiples of 9/11s. If the logic that Winston says is that anybody that goes out and makes positive videos during a time of strife anywhere in the country, it's trying to distract from the tragedy that's going on. And we need to focus on the tragedy. We need to focus on the human suffering, damn it. Then you better go to every tourism department in all of America, to every YouTube channel in all of America, and anybody that says positive stuff about cities, I gotta imagine they're going to be pushing to try to get back to normal. They're going to be inviting celebrities. They're going to be trying to paint places as safe and good. And hey, you know what? We have some positives here. Hey, you know what? We haven't had a virus here in a while. Look at how clean our city is. Hey, you know, according to Winston and Matt's logic, that is unacceptable. And I would hope that Winston and Matt, you guys go on the tirade a little bit, because you're living in America now. And that's the crisis in America now. And if that's your MO to right injustices, and that's your idea of an injustice, talking positive about a place that is in a country that's having something tragic happening, then I think you got your work cut out for you. Again, this is not meant to be a hit piece. I am angry. I don't like to get angry, but it deserves a rebuke. So, watch my videos. It wasn't what some people think it is. It was simply an amazing trip to an amazing city. And it was during a time where other parts of China are going through some tough stuff with flooding. And I would be more than happy to go to those places and tell the story of those places. If you guys know anybody in any of those villages, or somebody that could take a tour, I know that the Anhui province has some as well, flooding in some of the valleys there. Let's go. I'm willing to tell the story. Shame on you guys for painting me in the light that you did. It's really fucked up.
We have come to the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Let us know the videos you like and leave your comment below. We have regular videos, so be sure to hit the red button below.